They glanced at each other from across the table before their eyes slowly went to the DNA findings. They tried to see past the tears in their eyes, their hearts hammering in their throats. Both girls were trying their best to preserve their composure. Everything they had been struggling with led to this very moment. They were ready to open the envelope when one of them spoke. If the results are positive, would it be wrong to stay together? New Yorkers Christy and Aisling had been together for 2 years before all they knew came tumbling down on them. Everything in their life had been ideal, from their professional and academic lives to their day-to-day activities. A random social media comment started it all. That comment would bring tears. Christy and Aisling met in college. Given their different academic and social backgrounds, their meeting was chance. Christy studied art history and Aisling engineering. Still, they met and had the happiest 24 months of their lives. Christy and Aisling met at a college area orphanage. Their schools and others ran an orphanage charity together. 2 girls were invited to the event, unaware of their fate. Christy's harmless compliment led to a beautiful relationship. Unbeknownst to them, a storm was brewing in paradise. Christy and Aisling stayed together for 2 years. Their love was stronger than ever, and their relationship was new. However, they would make a harmless and cute choice that would change their lives forever. They would be devastated and question their feelings for each other. Christy and Aisling's transformation was typical. After adopting the cutest German Shepherd, they created a family Instagram account. If you like my videos, don't forget to like or subscribe. Thanks in advance. They posted photos of the pup with theirs to preserve those memories. One comment would change everything. Simple, "You two look identical." Christy smiled, thinking she'd never noticed her and her partner's resemblance. More comments, inspired by this one, followed. "You look exactly the same," one read. "DNA test. We're scared for you too," read another. Dread began then. Christy told Aisling, who laughed at first but then quieted down when she realized how much she looked like Christy. They discussed everything, including their darkest family histories. They'd rushed to get a DNA test after discovering it. In a video, Christy cried, "Both of us were raised by single moms. We didn't know our moms were dating the same guy around the time we were born." They immediately called their mothers to verify their childhood tales. They confirmed their moms had serious relationships with the same guy a year apart. As they considered being half-sisters, their stomachs knotted. Christy and Aisling tested their DNA right away. The initial post went viral, attracting more attention to their situation. "Being related could explain why you two look like sisters," one user wrote. Another said, "Everything is identical, from the shape of your eyes, lips, and chins." Another user said, "I just saw some of your photos and videos, and I think you should get those tests done immediately." What if the tests were positive? As they awaited their mail-in results, Christy and Aisling's days blurred. Aisling suggested email. "We worried about those tests' results. We didn't want to end." No matter how long they stalled, the results reached their doorstep. Before they knew it, they were facing this nightmare on opposite sides of their dining table. Christy tapped Aisling's forehead. Before opening the envelope, Aisling asked, "If the results are positive, would it be wrong to stay together?" Christy smiled and squeezed her partner's hands before they tore the envelope seal. They revealed the results, and Christy cried as every muscle spasmed. Aisling gasped, "We're not related." To be sure, she reread the paper. She saw the answer. Despite their moms dating the same man decades earlier, she and her love were unrelated. Christy and Aisling were shocked. "We opened a bottle to celebrate that evening," Aisling said. Finally updating their growing fanbase on the heartbreaking situation, they posted selected DNA results on Instagram. Despite clearing the air, the big question remained. They asked fans again, "If we're related, is it wrong to stay together?" Answers ranged from yeses and numbers to morality and genetics. One user wrote, "I wouldn't, but if the love is real and this is something you can look past, then work for it." Another wrote, "You can't procreate, so where's the harm?" and "It would be very wrong." This seems rare. Another couple had a different experience. Brittany Henley, 29, suffered through one of her worst times. She had just divorced her lifelong partner. To make matters worse, Brittany believed she would never become a mother, something she had long wanted. She realized she needed a fresh start. Her problems were just beginning. Brittany decided to make major changes after examining her life. Brittany spent many nights figuring out her next move in the place meant for her future family. She chose. But starting over would be hard. Brittany moved to Alabama. She got a retail job after many applications. She started this new adventure with excitement. She bought a 3-bedroom fix-upper. She bought this house because she needed a distraction. Still her top priority, having a family had to wait. Renovating a house was not cheap, and Brittany did not have the funds available either. She worked hard, though. She kept busy by fixing her home. Brittany learned when she met Mark that plans rarely work out. Mark immediately asked Brittany out after meeting her at work. Due to her recent divorce, she declined. It was clear she wasn't ready to commit. She liked Mark. After a few months, she told Mark she wanted to try. If only they knew. Mark married Brittany after a year of dating. Brittany was finally succeeding. Brittany loved and trusted again after her disastrous marriage. Mark was helpful and helped her finish most of the renovations. The couple's perfect life was about to change. Brittany desperately wanted children but was getting older. She was adopted as a baby and raised alone. After a lonely childhood, she wanted a big family. She and Mark lived in a big house, so it made sense to move. They decided to try for a baby. Brittany lived a dream. The couple was doing well until reality struck. Brittany questioned everything. After a year of unsuccessfully trying to conceive, Mark and Brittany were ready to give up. There was a terrible reason why Mother Nature was against them. The couple sought a fertility specialist before giving up. The specialist explained IVF, which they were open to. The couple proceeded. After routine tests, the doctor found something that changed everything. The doctor takes DNA samples from both parents during IVF to assess their genetics. This alerts the doctor to potential hereditary diseases. The lab assistant found something that confused him. These samples are not tested for parentage. The lab assistant immediately noticed Brittany and Mark's samples were similar. He'd never seen that. He thought they were cousins. It happens rarely. After closer inspection, his results were worse. He called the doctor, who broke the couple's heart. Brittany's heart raced as she and Mark awaited the doctor's verdict. They were unprepared. Brittany and Mark were fraternal twins, the doctor said, sighing. Brittany laughed thinking it was a joke. The couple refused to believe it. Both adopted, they shared a birthday. But surely it was a big coincidence. Sadly, it was no mistake. They saw that the doctor was serious. Can this happen? The couple's biological parents died in a car crash when they were infants, and they had no close family willing to adopt them. They were state adopted. Neither foster family was informed that their adopted child had a twin due to a filing error. Brittany and Mark had to go to court after learning the truth. The heartbroken couple told the court their story. The court annulled Brittany and Mark's marriage immediately. Advocacy for adopted children's birth parent information grew from their situation. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next video.